Namaste. Welcome. Thank you for your patience this morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Top Tarot Minors. And today I'm going to share with you a few thoughts on the Three of Cups. And this has been a difficult one. Usually I've had 7, 8 cards on the table, and today it was a bit of a struggle to get that many cards on the table. And I think it has to do with I'm trying to find deeper connections in the cards. And believe it or not, this exercise has been really powerful for me, even though I have read with the tarot for a long time, because I am trying to build in a myriad of associations and share with you some of the deepest meanings of these cards, at least as far as I have experienced them. And I want to read to you from this wonderful book by R. Lloyd Haglund. This is a companion book for the Voyager Tarot, which is the card in the center. This is a book of poetry, and I have shared this many times. This book includes poems for all 78 cards. And while these poems are very specific to the Voyager Tarot, I won't say they are specific to the Voyager Tarot. They certainly can be applied to other decks as well. Three of Cups is entitled Love. Like a river of flowers, love flows in glowing fragrance, calming the fighters and bathing their wounds in sweet, soft embrace. Love fills all dark corners and round stark edges. Love melts sharp steel and eases broken glass into goblets, gleaming glass. The energy of love is soft and warm. Like a ruby rose, love soothes the flesh and stirs the spirit. It cleanses the old and sweeps the dross. When the love card calls, drop your defenses and lower your arms. Allow it entrance to your inner altar and rest in its emotional glow. Let love conquer you, flowing in and out like an emotional tide on the ocean of spirit. And this is the card that's featured on the front of this book. One of the things I've come to understand in the Three of Cups is the power of release, the power of letting go. And when I look at a Three of Cups, I no longer just see a card of celebration. I want to honor the rich medicine that letting go brings. And the energy of letting go is one of building trust. This is from the Literary Tarot. This is a piece of art from the Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy is laughing, giggling with the lion and the scarecrow and the Tin Man. And this journey that she embarked on is one that it's such a, I've never actually analyzed that book in terms of the tarot. I wonder if there is a Wizard of Oz tarot. That would be very interesting to sit with and look at the relationship look at the compare and contrast Dorothy's growth with what happens to each of the other characters. But here in this card, this laughter, this joy, I imagine they are all lying down on the ground, resting and giggling. There's a vulnerability here. And I want to see that in a Three of Cups card. This is just not, it's not just a card of imbibement and partying. And there is something so potent and so powerful in the release. And that can come through giggles. That can come through sharing a story. Actually just being present, showing up, and holding space for friends. There are many ways that this letting go can happen. And I'm not sure that I have thought about love and letting go with this card. And let me get the Thoth, because the Voyager Tarot is based on Crowley's deck. So I just want to have a look at the Three of Cups. And do I get that sense of love? I mean, it's called abundance. I think what's happening in the Voyager Tarot is really kind of unique in interpretation. And maybe this is an aha moment where love and letting go come together. And what a beautiful, beautiful thing that is. This is from the Marielle Tarot, this one over here with the three waterfalls. And it all comes from source. Water comes from source. Sometimes we diverge on our own path. Like this tree growing in the foreground is taken its own form to survive. But the three waterfalls eventually will meet again in the ocean. And the courage to take one's own path, I think there's a kind of a powerful connection here. There's a release of, or a letting go of the fear of what I'm supposed to do, and just being present in my emotions and being present in who I am and what I feel in this moment. And it is so important for our healing, for our growth, to feel safe. And maybe also that's what this Three of Cups builds, is a sense of safety. Threes, of course, are about growth. Three is a number of building, and something is, something within is expanding. There is an expansion. There's something very special about this card, though. And if you look at it in alignment with the Chariot and the energy of the Chariot, 2, 3, and 4 of Cups, this early part of the emotional journey, it doesn't work without vulnerability. It doesn't work without a sense of letting go and releasing of worry. So mull over that, will you? Love and letting go in the Three of Cups. I mentioned yesterday that I really like the suit of gourds, the suit of cups in the black, in the dust to onyx tarot. The way that it's almost it's a tactile experience, the way the water flows here. And I suppose the key word abundance is relative, because there is so much water. There are so many feelings. There is so much growing inside that quite naturally it needs to spill over. But that spilling over isn't a bad thing, right? We don't want to keep it contained. We want to let it flow. Water wants to flow. It wants to move. And we can contain it for a time. We can contain it in a pond. We can contain it in a goblet. But its natural state, its natural experience is to indeed move. The world of Hilda Tarot is in the foreground right. And there's something here that is very, very brave. And there is a sense of play. And again, letting go and release in order to heal and to know joy and to know personal emotional growth. This is absolutely necessary. And sometimes, indeed, it does happen in connection with others, but it need not. The Three of Cups is something we can certainly experience on our own. This is the Herbcrafter Tarot. There's something really special in the 3, 6, and 9 of water in this suit, and I'll try to put all 3 cards on the table when I get to the 9 of Cups that has that lovely, those peach blossoms. It's a gorgeous card. But here we see a tea party, a children's tea party, perhaps. And one of the words in the guidebook is giggles. And I think there's a lot of things that are growing here. There's a tradition, the tea party tradition, learning about the potency of gathering. And I feel I feel like it helps to bring people together. Maybe we use the very best teacups, or we have a special tea set for the kids. Community, safety in community. Normally when I think of sacred spaces, I think of the 4. But in the 3, if we focus on the experience of growth and expansion, the joy, the expansion of joy, the expansion of love, the expansions of feelings in general. And what about this? What about if this healing is in the expansion of an emotion or an experience that isn't necessarily positive, but what this card presents is an opportunity to release that. It could be a sadness, it could be a regret, but there is very much a healing in the 3 of Cups through emotional growth. And I think this is a key, this is a really important key in studying the tarot, is to, yes, we can read the pictures as they are. For sure, we can tell the story as the pictures are laid on the table. But there's another layer in that, getting really comfortable with maybe having 6, 7, 10 words for each number, and then your own connection to each of the suits and the elements can really help you to go beyond and to understand expansion of water, growth of water, the trust that this container that is presently holding the water is a safe space to let go a little bit. Really like that Hilda card. World of Hilda tarot card. All right, so I'm going to choose my top 5. And there are only 6 cards on the table, so I just need to remove one. I'm going to keep the Dust to Onyx and the Voyager Tarot and the Hilda Tarot. I think I have my top 4. So these are pretty powerful cards. And I think for the Herbcrafter, I'm going to, I'll keep coming back to this 3, 6, 9 of water, but I would really like to expand. And one thing I didn't say about the literary tarot was that the suit of cups is called the suit of light. And there is, I mean, it's a real stretch for me to call the suit of cups the suit of light. But what if we go, okay, light, love, flowing energy. Maybe I can find that connection. And yet, this story, the trust that builds among these friends, and the connection that is created here, I think this is it's a pretty spot on card. So for today, my top three of Cups cards are the Marielle Tarot, Dust to Onyx, Literary, Voyager, and World of Hilda. Okay, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow with 4 of Cups. Take good care of yourselves. Namaste.